ITV News Central, good afternoon. A man's been arrested by police in Stoke-on-Trent on suspicion of murder after another man was stabbed to death at a caravan park in Lancashire. A woman is in a critical condition after being found with knife wounds at Stud Farm in Heysham. Amy Welsh has more details.
Police were called to the Stud Farm holiday park here in Heysham in the early hours of yesterday morning. When they got here, they found a 26-year-old woman named locally as Katrina Rudrum. She'd been stabbed in the neck, abdomen and back. Her 28-year-old partner, named locally as Adam Stirrup, had also been stabbed. He had similar injuries. Both were taken to the Royal Preston Hospital, where he later died. She's now been transferred to the Royal Blackburn Hospital, where she's in a critical condition, fighting for her life. Well, this is the closest that we can get to the murder scene. A single police tape surrounds one static caravan within the park, and where police are continuing to search for a knife involved in the attack. A 26-year-old man was arrested in Stoke-on-Trent yesterday. He's currently being questioned by police. Police are now appealing for anybody who may have seen or heard any disturbances within the park to come forward. Amy Welch, ITV News, Heysham.
Scotland Yard has today apologised to the family of Ian Tomlinson, who died after being pushed to the ground by a police officer in 2009. The 47-year-old from Matlock in Derbyshire collapsed and died after he was hit with a baton and pushed to the ground during G20 demonstrations. The force said the actions of PC Harwood, seen here, were far below the standards expected from their officers. An out-of-court settlement has been reached with Mr Tomlinson's family.
At the time of the strike and push, Mr Tomlinson was walking away from the police line. He was complying with the police instructions to leave Royal Exchange buildings. He posed no threat. Today I apologise unreservedly for Simon Harwood's use of excessive and unlawful force, which caused Mr Tomlinson's death, and for the suffering and distress caused to his family as a result.
Calls have been made for tighter regulations on the way recycling firms store their waste after a fire at a factory in Perry Bar, which started in the early hours of today. At its height, around 70 firefighters involved in tackling the blaze, which destroyed 500 tonnes of paper. It comes just over a month after the biggest ever fire in the West Midlands, when a Chinese lantern landed on a recycling depot in Smethwick, causing £6 million worth of damage.
It was a serious fire. We had 75 firefighters, we had 15 fire engines at this incident through the night, and it's still going on now, and we're still working with the owners of the company to actually damp down the material and actually sort the final solution out.
Meanwhile, patients and visitors were evacuated from Stafford Hospital earlier today after a fire broke out. An extractor fan caught fire in the roof of the accident and emergency department. Ambulances had to be diverted to other hospitals. The fire has now been extinguished. Police say they now know the identity of a woman who drowned in a canal in Wolverhampton last month. Today, specialist officers were searching parts of the canal near Broad Street where the body was found for any items which may have belonged to the woman. Police are not treating the death as suspicious. They say inquiries are now underway at the address in Merrydale where the woman lived. A formal identification is due to take place. New figures out today show that farmers in the Midlands have had more than £8 million worth of machinery, livestock and diesel stolen in the last 12 months. Rural insurers, NFU Mutual, say even though rural crime is falling, more needs to be done to improve security. Statistics from the survey also suggested the majority of rural crimes are planned. Well, now news of a special report on our programme tonight at 6. We go inside one of the Midlands' most remarkable old buildings. That's Guyscliffe House in Warwickshire. It's said to be haunted by numerous ghosts. It was featured in the Sherlock Holmes film The Last Vampire. It's now being opened up to the public for guided tours, and we've been given a preview of what people can see. Let's have a look at the weather now. Here's Lucy Kite.
I can't wait to get some sunshine.
Me too. I'm sick of all these showers. Hello. Well, tomorrow looks like the driest and brightest day of the week. Between now and then, we've got rain on the way, as you've probably noticed. A band of rain making its way in a northeasterly direction. So we do have a yellow warning across our region for that rain. We could see 20 to 40 millimetres as we head through the rest of this afternoon. Temperatures suffering underneath the cloud and in the rain. Highs of just 19 degrees Celsius. So feeling a little bit fresher than what we've been used to. The pollen's next.
Flybe, sponsors of ITV Central Weather.
Suffering from hay fever? ITV Pollen Count is sponsored by Benadryl.
Well, pollen levels are generally quite low at the moment, but we are expecting some sunshine through the day tomorrow, and they'll shoot up to moderate then. Have a lovely afternoon. See you later.
And that brings us up to date with the news and weather this Monday lunchtime. I'll be back with Samina for ITV News Central at 6. From the team, have a nice afternoon.